This is going to probably get under the skin of one Brady Quinn here, because we were talking about the rumors and sort of the bad-mouthing of prospects in the NFL draft. And although this may get under the skin of Brady Quinn, this might change the way LaVar feels about one prospect heading into the draft, because former NFL scout David Fleming was on Pablo Torre's podcast, and he was asked about what he's heard in talking with people about Caleb Williams heading into the draft. Let's take a listen.
What did the scout tell you that you can report?
I hated it. Hated it. He would scare the out of me if I was working for a team. Raw emotion is great, but Caleb's thing, that was ridiculous to me. That threw up major red flags. You just lost a game in the middle of your season, and it was like your third loss in the Pac-12, and you went hugging on mommy and crying in mommy's arms, and it just seems really freaking weak and nuts. And I will tell you, he scares the out of a lot of NFL teams too. The book on him is he's just kind of a weird kid. One GM told me it's like if Prince played quarterback. Look, I don't know him from Adam. I do not know him. But to me, that looked weak as really fragile.
Since when did being Prince?
I was just going to say LaVar. I mean,
when's that a bad thing?
Come on, man.
I love Prince.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at him. I kind of love him in that way. No, but seriously, I just, how do you equate, and listen, I had a strong take on him crying in his mom. Yeah.
Purple rain.
Yeah, and when doves cry, and I die for you. I had a strong take on him crying in his mom's arms. I did. And just the idea of thinking that you should paint a picture as if Prince isn't the baddest mamma jamma that has ever done it, at least one of them, is really unfair. It's really unfair to make that comparison as if it was a derogatory term. There is only one Prince that has ever existed, and there will only be one Prince that ever existed. So you're basically saying that to compare Caleb Williams to the brilliance of one Prince is to say that you're calling Caleb Williams one of one, and there will only be one Caleb Williams.
And by the way, last time the Bears were in a Super Bowl, guess who was the halftime performer?
Prince.
Damn right.
In the rain. In the purple rain.
Yep, in the damn purple rain.
I'm just saying, you can't I'm trying to conconcentrate through the music.
How do we know? I mean, maybe Caleb's just too demanding. Maybe he's just like his father, too bold. Or maybe he just loves his mother, which we know.
Yeah.
She's never satisfied.
She is never satisfied.
I mean, why do we scream at each other about this?
Well, why do you do it when the doves cry?
This is what it sounds like when doves cry. This is what it sounds like when coaches cry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I hate about all the criticism that the player gets, especially as far as who he is.
Well done.
Like, if you had the chance to take him, you'd take him too. So go ahead, badmouth him. Badmouth him when he's going to get in the league and he's going to start beating you. And you're going to have to deal with trying to cover down when he breaks the pocket, escapes, and runs or throws a dime downfield. Deal with that. Like, I truly hate this stuff because we start looking at, like, the uniqueness of who the person is and how they operate, and we start cutting into that instead of just focusing on, like, what is he as a player, man? I mean, every player's going to come from a different background, have a different perspective on life and how they're going to operate. Like, so what if he's unique? What does that mean? All I know is I turn on the tape, and I've said this about every one of the quarterbacks in this class. And this is why I feel like Caleb separated himself from a guy like Jaden Daniels. He played on a team that was nowhere close to the talent of a lot of the teams that he went up against, in particular this past season. Bad O-line, bad defense, outside of some skill at wide receiver. That was about it. And there was never a player that I thought, if he has the ball at the end of the game in his hands, they have a shot at winning. And it's purely because of him. So it's not a knock on any of the quarterbacks for that reason. But the truth is like he is the only guy that I thought has that power where, the other guys we say that about? Patrick Mahomes. an Aaron Rodgers type. Like, there's other quarterbacks in the league. You see them with the ball at the end of the game. Tom Brady, it was like that. And I'm just saying, from the college level, from watching him, it didn't matter how he played in the first 3 quarters. If he had the ball with a chance to win at the end of the game, I was like, oh, no. This dude is going to find a way. He's going to make a play. Now, it didn't always work out, but, like, he has that sort of ability to him. So I hate the fact that we get all this anonymous crap and guys want to speak up. I don't care if they didn't feel like he was tough. Like, I didn't have an issue with them doing it, only because, like, I'd followed the young man enough to know that he was carrying the weight of that team. Like, as much as we wanted to make a big deal about Lincoln Riley going to Southern Cal and what you don't even know how good. I mean, as much as we want to make a big deal about that, it was really about Caleb Williams. When he went to Southern Cal, he gave them a chance to win a Pac-12 title. He gave them a chance to go to the national championship. I mean, we'll see what life is like now that you're not going to have his services, and we'll see what this team looks like as they transition to Big Ten. But he's kind of that difference maker to me. That's why I'm like, I don't really care if he got overly emotional about it. Like, all that shows me is the dude actually cares. Like, I would feel a little bit more upset if he was indifferent. If he walked off, was like, so be it, I'll be the number 1 pick, who cares? Like, that to me showcased more of a dude who was pouring his heart out there. And yeah, it was a moment that was caught on TV with his mom. Like, so be it. But at least he cares, dude. He's not, sitting out just being, oh, it's indifferent. I could sit out the rest of the season. My team stinks. He didn't do that. He kept trying to battle, kept trying to play. And by the way, this is coming from a Notre Dame alum. Trust me, if I wanted to take a shot at a player from any university or institution, it'd be Southern Cal.
Jeez.
I'm just saying. That's how deep those bloodlines go. And I'm not, because I feel like all this crap is so unfair to how these guys in particular, he's been being treated with all this.
All I'll say is Prince beat Charlie Murphy and his crew in basketball.
He did.
And
Computer blue.
That's all I'm going to say.
Really?
And then he made him pancakes after.
Then he made him pancakes after.
By the way, my
There's
brother
a photo, too.
He said it was a
Did you
true
see the
story.
photo?
They said
Yeah, Prince was standing up over Charlie Murphy.
They said he was a baller.
He dunked on his ass.
Yeah. They said Prince.
You didn't see the photo?
No.
You got to look it up, man. There's a photo of it.
Yeah.
My
said it was a true story.
My brother texted me, said Prince is the Beethoven of our time.
Dope.
I mean,
I agree.
Let me tell you something. Getting compared to Prince, not the worst thing in the world. Had he said, like, hey, he reminds me of the Night Stalker, I'd be like, okay, now we got a problem. Maybe he's undraftable. But you get compared to Prince, and the last time your team was in a Super Bowl, Prince was playing a halftime show in the rain. That shoe fits.
Just super quick, though, like Q said, just because you may have fingernail polish or a pink, cell phone or whatever it may be, doesn't mean that you can't ball.
By the way, didn't he disprove that?
It doesn't mean you can't ball. No, he had a pink phone. He didn't have fingernail polish on that day. He didn't have lipstick on or anything.
Because doesn't his mom work at a salon?
And his little hand.
Yeah, there's a story to it.
Yeah.
His little
he's paying homage to her.
Yeah.
There was regardless, even if who's to say that that's soft? Like what he did was soft. That was soft.
I know some other dudes who do their fingernails and all that. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Like Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Get their fingernails. I mean, they get clear paint and all that stuff.
Yeah, but they get like the fake stuff on top. That always I'm like, oh, okay. Because they look nicer, but they also look fake.
Yeah. I've never been into it. But I don't judge.
Well, let's try it.
We'll just try what?
How about to commemorate on Friday morning, Caleb Williams going number 1 overall. Let's all get our nails painted.
Manis and petties.
Yeah, why not?
I don't really do that. I mean,
yeah, it's not my thing.
I gotta be honest with you. My foot, between the surgeries and how jacked up they are from injuries, I am embarrassed. I'll be fully honest. Like I am embarrassed to wear sandals in public because my feet are so ugly.
Dang.
Yeah, I got a bunion you could hang clothes off of on my left foot. I'll show you.
I got a buddy who he will point it out every time I'm like I am in sandals or something, just for hang out with the family.
Dang.
Who? The wagon?
Fasano. No. The big bowl of meatballs. I told you when we were in college, we had this guy who used to draw like
The one that was
caricatures.
FaceTiming you from the restroom at the graduate.
No,
What?
no, that was. I think that was.
The hell?
I think that was Pat.
Oh,
Pat was,
He wasn't really FaceTiming you, but he was definitely giving you content. What up, Pat?
he was. Listen, he was. Dealing with some issues.
He had a rough night the night before with some vino. So, yeah.
Oh, what a classy guy. All right, well, hey, listen, Caleb, you're going to be fine. Don't listen to those haters.